you're hanging out with me backstage on YTV.
Wake up on a Saturday night. Could be New York, maybe Hollywood and Vine.
She's a great kid. She's great. I mean, she's true. She's what you see on the movies, on her interviews. I mean, it's really her.
For someone her age to do what she does and be confident and get up there in front of all those people, that's a lot of responsibility for a young person. And she pulls it off, you know?
I would say she's a sweet girl. She's very talented, has such a great work ethic.
I gotta say, you have really set the standard in terms of young girls being triple threats. I mean, you act and sing, you got the product line and everything.
I think definitely it's not ever something that you're like, okay, when I have this, I'm gonna get this. This is it. Yeah, no. I definitely don't think it worked out like that. Everything just kind of like falls into place.
She's just a genuine person.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. You know, I was really nervous about like how I was gonna do and everything, but everything ended up to be okay.
Down home, good-hearted girl.
She's pretty and she's very nice.
I think it's awesome. Hilary's wholesome, great entertainment. She's wonderful for the kids.
And she's a really good singer.
Put the pedal down, heading out of town, gotta make a getaway.
I love that she's like so original and that she like sings and acts at the same time, and she's pretty too.
Hilary Duff's #1 fan.
I love the music, and she's still keeping it wholesome and true to her image, and she's also kicking it up a notch
Wake up on a Saturday night.
and really doing a wonderful job.
Maybe Hollywood and Vine.
And she's just a great role model.
Maybe Tokyo. Something
Clean fun. Seems like a nice girl, you know. The music is good, it's clean.
She's a good role model. I'd take her to any one of her concerts.
I mean, I feel flattered that parents say that stuff to me, you know, or kids, or, you know, people my age will even come up and be like, oh my gosh, you're my role model, you're such an inspiration, and whatever. It feels good. Of course, I worked really hard, and I had a whole team of people backing me, you know, my family and stuff, working just as hard as I was to help make it happen for me. I hope that I'm inspiring people. On tour, I'm really relaxed right now. Like, I'm doing so good, and it's fun. This is a lot of fun being out on the road. Usually we drive and then get to the city and then have probably until 12 o'clock off, so I get to sleep in, which is nice, and then, you know, I have interviews and stuff when I get to the venue and meet and greet and getting ready, and then the show. The tour family is like home away from home. Everyone's really close.
I want to introduce you to my wives.
I have my best friend on tour with me. We have dogs on the tour.
She's one of the newest additions to the touring staff. Isn't she adorable?
Hi.
Yeah, these are the better times.
We're on the road a lot. We get a few weeks off here and there, but mainly it's just go. We've been doing this for almost 3 years now. We try to make it a whole family situation, not just, you know, this clique's here, this clique. No, everybody is pretty much tries to stay as one. And that's the good thing.
Who's first?
I pretty much take care of tickets, security passes, handle Hilary's meet and greets. Oh, they go crazy. She's been asked to proms, and a lot of it, we've had some to cry and some that, oh, you get all kinds. It's a lot of fun.
My name is Zane Weber, and I am on the merch crew. We sell the merchandise, we bring it in, bring it out.
Low lights, photos, passage!
I sell it during the show. All those glow lights you see, programs, stuff like that.
Don't be shy! Come on and buy!
Hilary and her team, her management team, come up with the idea, marketing plans and stuff like that. So we see thousands of kids a night. Yeah, there's a lot of them, screaming fans. We're just excited to be here, spending their money on their allowance and having fun and stuff like that.
I feel really lucky that people have kind of accepted me as a singer. You know, you never know how people are going to react at first when an actress comes out with an album or, you know, a singer comes out with a movie.
Take a crazy chance.
You never know what's going to happen, and I think more and more these days it's getting more common. But I feel really lucky to be able to do both, and I'm never bored. You know, I always switch back and forth from filming a movie, and then I get to go on tour and tour the whole world and see so many cool places, and go record an album, and then promote a movie, and then, you know, I have a really cool life.
Well, she was Lizzie McGuire, so all the girls that used to watch that show love her, and we like her because she's our age, and she appeals to everybody. She's just cute. She's a girl like us. You like her.
So, and her music isn't like today's usual. It's happy, yeah, and it's upbeat, and it's more like girl power, whereas it's not promoting things that shouldn't be promoted to the younger crowd.
I guess it's hard to talk about yourself like that, you know, but I think a lot of my lyrics are really relatable to young people.
Let the rain fall down, awake my dreams, let it wash away my sanity.
I definitely don't think it talks down to them, though, because, you know, some of the things are not inappropriate, but a little more mature. I haven't had as much say in what my music has sounded like in the past, you know? You know, no one ever really said, here, let's go to the studio and work together. You know, they just kind of handed me the demo and I went and recorded it, and I was like, oh, this is good. You know, but now I feel really great about it, and I think people will still relate to it just as much. You know, it's just more of me and my personality and things that I feel like I'm going through or that the world's going through or whatever. You know, I feel like now with the Most Wanted album, the 3 new songs on the record are really my taste. You know, my input, me going into the studio, kind of creating something, you know, and it was such a fun experience. I didn't collaborate with Good Charlotte. I collaborated with Benji and Joel. It was really cool. All 3 songs had already been demoed, and so they were pretty much put together when I heard them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go in and record this stuff.
'Cause I need to go, need to get away tonight.
The music is so cool. Not one of the songs sound the same. You know, they each have a totally different vibe to them and sound to them, and I loved it. It was really a different experience going in with your friends than, you know, as a working thing. This tour is an arena tour, and same with the tour that I had in Canada. I love it. You know, having that many people there, I'm kind of a ham, so getting in front of them, I'm like, you know, it's so much fun. Playing like a 15,000 seat venue is much easier for me than 600, you know, or like a club show or something. I don't know, people think I'm crazy every time I say this, but I think if you ask other artists, you might feel the same way. Sometimes, you know, a smaller crowd is cool, it's more intimate, but it's nerve-wracking. Like, you can see everyone's face and the reactions and what they're doing, and I don't know, it makes me more nervous.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm Rachel. I'm Bailey. And we're the background singers. Yep. It's so much fun. She's really that nice. And it's cool because her fans are so devoted, and you see on stage, they know every word, so like when you're up there, it's literally, we're laughing and having the best time every night. It's kind of weird being in a different city every night, but it's kind of cool. You meet different people, and the fans are really cool. It's just weird for like people to know who you are because they're so devoted to her. And she's really good to the people that work for her. She's great. We love her to death.
What's the best part about being on tour? Is it the traveling?
I think it's getting to see the fans.
Yeah.
You know, like, everybody says that, but it's the truth, really. Like, it's instant gratification.
You know what I'm totally blown away by is in Canada, when I had that tour there over the winter, it was, I can't believe every show was sold out. To see the support, it's so flattering. It's so inspiring, you know, to keep doing whatever I'm doing that's making them happy. We've had people that follow us, you know, to every city of the tour, like girls or something that just got their license will drive like a whole summer around just to like see every show, which is cool. Or they'll bring me pickles. They know how much I love pickles, like the little gifts that they bring or the t-shirts they make. And I've gotten like beautiful murals before of sketches of myself that people have drawn that are like fantastic. You know, I have a lot of really memorable things that I've kept, letters and stuff that I go back and read sometimes when I'm like tired of traveling or, you know, I feel like overwhelmed.
We met her earlier. We waited 3.5 hours and then she came over. We thought we weren't gonna even get to see her. We thought she was just gonna go in the door and just go say hi and just go in the door. But nope. The security just said, there's some people over there, we were screaming over there, and she just walked over.
What did you like about Hilary Duff?
That she sings, and she's really nice. I like that she acts and sings, and she's been doing it since she was very little even. Come on. Just because she's an amazing person doing all this at the youngest age.
Whoa, this has been the best day of my life.
Me too. Yeah, she's a great inspiration for us. Now we always want to be actors and singers like her.
It's kind of surreal, actually, you know. We got up early, got out here, you know, another family had been here since 10:30. And then, you know, you watch everybody set up, you try to ask some questions, what's going on, is she here yet? And, you know, it's just kind of neat, you know. Then when you actually get to see her, it's unbelievable. Thanks for coming over that fence line. That's really sweet of you. I went to concerts, listened to music, and, you know, I had people that I liked, and I was able to go. And so I wanted to make sure that she was able to go.
I like the opening of the show always. I just like it because it's like the first time everyone sees me, and it's really exciting, and it gives me this whole adrenaline rush.
There's people talking, they talk about me. They know my name, they think they know everything, but they don't know anything about me.
It's so much fun and they're so loud. I love when they scream so loud, you know, because it reinforces me. Everyone's enjoying it, having a good time.
The band is spoiled. We're spoiled. I'll admit it. We're spoiled. We get tucked into a nice hotel room every night, and we get the day off until about 4 o'clock. And then we come to sound check, and we stand around and play a couple songs, and then we're fed catering, and then we play the show, and then we drive to the next hotel room. I think it's more rock and roll than people anticipate. You know, with some of these pop tours that come through, it's very organized. It's a formal show, and we just sort of get up there and we're running around. And there is a free-form element to it that I like anyway, and I think it's deliberate. I think they want to keep it fun and keep it loose so that it's fresh and it has more of a rock band feel.
You're looking at me strange like it's some kind of fake.
You know, I try to give them all my energy that I have, and the whole show is live. I just try and be myself and have fun, and I feel like that's what people want to see. I feel like a lot of my fans relate to me, you know, and feel like I'm their friend, like they could talk to me. So I try and just be myself up there and have a good time.
I've been in the band since the beginning. Well, first I got called to do her music video, So Yesterday. Like every day we're in a different city. The buses, we love hanging out on the bus and sleeping on the bus because the beds are comfortable. And of course, I'm on the band bus, so I'm hanging out with the band. The band is really close, and like we play games, and I have my puppy, and they love my puppy, and it's just so much fun. Can you sing for them, Sammy? Not today? He's just waking up, so I think he's a little bashful right now.
I handled the whole live show. Everything in conjunction with the whole live show put together. Basically, just putting it all together, making it work every day. It's pretty hectic. I mean, Hilary works more than anybody that, that's out here. She's constantly working from the morning till night. And we're lucky. We just come in at 8 o'clock and we're done by like midnight, 1 o'clock. But she's constantly working.
I work really hard, and I know everybody else out there works just as hard. If it's a regular day-to-day job or my job that's a little abnormal, you have to work hard with anything that you want to do in life and set your mind to it and be driven and kind of have a hunger for it, and it's really tough, and you make mistakes and you learn from the mistakes, and I think that's the only way to get through it is trial and error, and try and find great people to surround yourself with and pick projects that you think is going to be happy. You have to kind of search yourself and say, is this right for me? Is this what I want to do?
People wear, and I think it's just best to wear stuff that you feel comfortable in. You know what I mean? Like when people feel a little crazy and want to dress different, go for it. You know what I mean? Have fun.
I guess I've always loved clothes, ever since I was little. So I knew exactly what I wanted to wear, like these shoes with this outfit. And my mom was like, she couldn't dress me. I had to dress myself. And I really love fashion. And I never throw any of my clothes away, no matter how out of style it is. Like I pack it up and put it, I have this whole closet downstairs in my house that has just tons of old clothes in it,
I do wardrobe and ambiance and catering. Wardrobe means taking care of all of her clothes, sorting them out, getting ready for the show. And ambiance is all the things in her dressing room she likes. Tapestries and candles and some tea. She likes tea with lemon and honey. I do that every day for her. And she has dogs, so I set up the little area for the dogs. That's what she likes.
Having the fashion line, there was a demand for it. People were coming up to, where do you shop? Where do you get your clothes? I love your, your style or whatever. And I felt like, since I'm growing up and kind of maybe wanting to do some other things and choose maybe different kinds of movie roles and stuff, it was good to keep this clothing line, for a certain age range of girls, which is a little younger than me, and keep something that's just for them. I feel like in a really cool position that I can raise money for charities and stuff. That's why I'm so interested in it, because it helps so many people. We take our lives for granted every day, and I think especially like youth doesn't get taught that anymore or even think about it, because they're so caught up in, their school or their friends or their activities, or they feel lost in the world or whatever, and you really have to think about how blessed you are that we're not sick and that we have, a roof on top of our heads. I guess when you are young and you're kind of growing up in the public eye, and I'm really focused on my work, but you see how some other people aren't so focused, you kind of feel like, should I be doing that? Like what? And I rather, grow up and not have to look back and be embarrassed of some things, that I've done. And I have such a happy life with like my friends and a separation between like my work and my personal life, and I'm really close to my sister. And I think just keeping the people around you that love and care about you purely, I think that's the best advice that anyone's given me and that I followed, and I think I'm really happy.
Look, you're going to the dance with me, and that's that. Josh, you are way behind on 90s dating rituals, and maybe you need to catch up.
I think it's easier to date people that are in the business because they understand kind of, what you're going through, and they're not so hard on you because they have the same schedule that you have.
I guess, I'm really happy, and I think that's what matters.
I just wanna live. Don't really care about the things of this world.
People look at our relationship and think, what are they doing together? Or, You know, a lot of people think it's weird, you know, because we look different or we sing different kinds of music, but we have a really great relationship, and he's a really cool person, and I feel like I've learned a lot from him, and we have a lot of fun together.
Can you hear them? They talk about us, telling lies.
People read magazines, you know, and they saw exactly what I went through this year with other girls talking bad about me, or, you know, people saying stuff that's not true at all. And, you know, they don't know me, and why are they writing stuff when, you know, all they're trying to do is bring me down? It's really hard just to feel normal, and I'm a totally normal person. Like, I have a little bit of a crazy job that makes it not so normal, but it's so hard to, like, try and live your life and just be perfect for everyone.
I'm not in, like, a major rush to grow up. I think it's really important to expand your audience, you know, and I think my music will do that, along with, you know, movies and just the choices that I make in the future for projects that I work on. But I think it's also important not to abandon the younger audience. I feel really lucky to have, you know, a wide age range of fans, and I think taking baby steps into growing up is a really, you know, important thing, because I have so much time.
Of Hollywood's 10 best teen idols. Teen queen Hilary Duff reigns at the top spot of our idol list.